Live on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. And definitely wonderful morning to come back here, be with all of you. And this morning, Saturday morning in America, but I know it's late evening in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Philippines, especially Philippines. So first up, I would like to start with a minute of mindfulness. So this is how we can remember a lot of victims, a lot of people that hurt from the typhoon Yagi in northern Vietnam. So if you don't mind, I'm going to sound the bell and then we can just sit and be mindful for a minute to reflect our energy. So together we can send the energy to other victims and other people that really struggle and need help. And I just enjoy you to sit with me for a minute, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on this meaningful minute of mindfulness. Every time I start the meeting or I start the coaching or I start a talk, I like to start out with a minute of mindfulness so we all can be focused on the issues, on the topic that we like to discuss. And obviously we give our energy to other victim of the Typhoon Yagi in northern Vietnam. With that, let's bring you to why we are here today, why I try to live stream with you today. We Build School Foundation have a potential to offer 5 to 10 scholarships. The reason I say 5 to 10 because we have a budget of $5,000 and we want to make sure we're looking for anywhere from 5 to 10 scholars that most worthy of our selections. And I will go into all of this in detail in a little bit when we have a short presentation to walk you through. But what we really want to bring your attention is that depend on your education needs. Build School Foundation, beside the fact that we build schools, we build bridges, we build libraries, we build kitchens, all the educational projects. Once a year, we will try to offer scholarships to students, even teachers, education nerds that who are really want to get involved and try to help with the struggle of students. So that's the reason why we have this live stream today. Okay, so with that, let me walk you through this slideshow that we have for you. I'm going to share my screen. So we'll see. Come this out and put the presentation mode. I'm going to move myself to the bottom here. I can hide the meeting control. Right. So a little bit about Build School Foundation. We've been around for 8 years now, and we have built 164 projects, including this 10 scholarships for 2024. This is our project 158. So you can see that if you go to our website, you might see only 162 or 163 because we get project completion and we get project done faster than our IT department can update. And that is a good thing, right? Because when we focus so much on building school and helping people, helping students, helping the underprivileged, children, a villager, rather than focus on working on a website. So if you see something trailing on our website and only say, oh, he say 164, trust me, we have many projects that going on in our IT department and just cannot keep up. And that's whatever. So that's briefly about Build School Foundation. Our mission is to really want to build schools for poor children around the world. After 8 years, we're already in 9 countries: Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, Laos, India, Kenya, Cameroon, Tanzania, and of course we do give scholarships, and we do give compassionate scholarships awards to students in America when they really need help to go to college as well, right? So why is the $1,000 or $500 to $1,000 scholarship is why this thing is important. During the 8 years that we built schools and visited many schools that we have built, we have the opportunity to interact with students and teachers, and they said that we sometimes really want to go to college because we finished high school, but then we really struggle because the cost to attend college is really out of our reach. And to us, Build School Foundation founders and our staff here in headquarters, we do believe that education is important. If you cannot attend college, especially if you want to become teachers, then you don't have the opportunity to educate yourself and return to help your village or your tribe. So that's why we figure we do need to make sure we have scholarship for poor students, go to college mainly. That's our goal. We want you to go to college and get the education and come back and help your village. We do want to make sure that, even the teacher, some of the teachers that teaching at these colleges have the opportunity to participate as well. Based on the visit that we have in the Philippines in May, and some of the teachers say, oh, I'm working on my master's degree, I'm working on these certificates, and I do need some help. So that's the reason why not only teachers in the Philippines, but we have teachers in Cambodia, we have teachers in Vietnam. We definitely open and try to help these folks as well, right? The key time frame that you need is today is Saturday in America. It could be soon to be Sunday in some other part of the world. But tomorrow, September 15th, is our deadline for you to fill the application. When I say tomorrow deadline, that's the deadline in San Diego here. So we pretty much traveling most of the countries that I mentioned earlier by half day to a day. So you still have, maybe your entire Sunday or your morning of your Monday to get your applications in. As long as your application get into Google form before midnight tomorrow, September 15, San Diego time, then you qualify. Okay. And when we look, who are we looking for to award these scholarships to? Right. I scanned through 25 or so applications that we got so far, and I can see some of you definitely need some help, but your needs and your the help that you're looking for is not as compelling to some other students that really struggle. So when we look at that, don't just think that we decided because based on people in this country or that country. No, we're looking for your story. What is your story? What do you want to be when you finish college, and how can you contribute to the society? How you can help more poor children? How is your vision? How is your goal aligns with the vision and goal of Build School Foundation, which is children and education? So those are the applicants that we will pay a lot more attention to, right? And one of the stories that I just learned about this young lady 2-3 days ago, believe it or not. And her name is Ngoc Huyen. She lived in, I believe, central Vietnam. And her story is so fascinating because she born with some kind of birth defects on her cleft lips. And then she has so many surgeries that all the charities show up in Vietnam and they reconstruct her face, right? So to try to fix her cleft lips and fix some of the deformity on her face. And they left a lot of scars on her face because after 5 surgeries, there's a lot of scars of that thing. And some of the surgery didn't go well, and it made her face deform even more. But she determined, she knew that education is the only way to get her out of the poverty. And she wanted to become a math teacher so she can educate students. And also she wants to share her story and inspire other students to follow her dreams. And that's why it's so important to us. And she not only she poor, not only that she has some deformity on her face that can really impact. A young girl when you are 20, 21, and you don't have, your face is not perfect. That's really, really something that, it makes you feel shy. It makes you don't want to interact with the world. It makes you kind of like want to hide yourself in the house. But Ngoc Huyen doesn't do any of those stuff, right? She went to college, she applied for all the opportunities out there, and that's why she so stood out to us when we look at her application. She have a passion for education, right? Her leadership, her willingness to be out of her house and go to school and even endure all the ridicule from peers or mean students to talk about her face or whatnot, because she wants to be a role model for others. And that's why it's so important to us. Those are the people that we're looking for, because we're not just looking for applicants to award your scholarship this year. We want to help you more the year after, the year after, the year after. And even if you become a young professional, we would love to help you and do more with you if we see that your mission in life is match with what Build School Foundation is all about. So that's why I want you to put in the application. Don't just say that you came from the poor family, because that's just not enough. I really want to say you are poor. We all came from the poor background, but what do you want to do with your life so you can get out of that poverty, and how you going to use the knowledge that will help you to acquire from university and reinvest and help your village, help your country, help your poor children. So that's very important to us. So keep that in mind, right? So that's her story. I want to hear your story. Besides just like I'm a poor family and I really need your help. That's just not enough, right? So that's her story. And for you, how could you win, right? We're looking for people with strong academic, your GPA, your score, whatever you in high school, last year high school right now, okay, or you first or second year in college, that's okay. I want to make sure that you have very strong academic. That means you study hard, right? You don't just go to school and hope to get by. You truly go to school, and then you're working hard so you get there. Second, your leadership. What is your community involvement, right? What do you step it up and you do fundraising for your community, for your village, for Build School Foundation? Do you get involved with, with church? You get involved with the temple? Do you do fundraise and help other causes? Those are we're looking for. Anybody that worked with Build School Foundation before and try to involve with Build School Foundation, then definitely we know more about you, so we know you better and you have the better opportunities. I'm not saying that you have to be involved with Build School Foundation to get this scholarship. No, you don't, but we still hope that you believe in our mission and you partner with us and you working together with us. I do have programs that I mentor a lot of young people to work with Build School Foundation to fundraise and doing things for your community. Meaning if you live in Kenya, you live in Cambodia, you live in Philippines, you live in Laos, you say, hey, I really want you to help me do fundraise. Can you teach me how? That's what Build School Foundation is all about, right? We build school, we build bridges, we build educational projects. But at the end of the day, what we want to build, we want to build people. We want to build future leaders. And if you have that leadership in you and you have the potential, then I personally would be more than happy to mentor you and teach you, as I have done with many folks in many countries. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, right? Not just poor student, or poor teacher, not enough. We want to see more. So you have to mention what can you do when for your community. We really want to pay attention to that, right? So that's how you become a very strong candidate in our view, right? Ngoc Huyen, that's a good example. She's a strong candidate because with all of this thing going on in her life, she still wants to become a teacher and she wants to help other students, especially, students with, learning disability, because she understands, what she went through, and she wants to help others. And those stories to us are very, very beautiful, right? So those are the personal story. Another personal story that I want to bring up to another girl in Hanoi is one of my mentees. I've been mentoring her for 3 years. Lương Lê, she's been raising funds for Build School Foundation. This is third years in a row. The first year she raised only about $1,200. And then the second year, last year, she raised almost $6,000 to build a school by herself. And this year, it's the third year she tried to raise funds to build a school too. And the way she raising funds is just she have a group of friends and go sell, book and keychain and pen and things like that at 50 cents a piece. Imagine that you try to raise $5,000 and you collect only 50 cents a piece. That could be a lot of sellings, right? And that's the thing that we're looking for in potential people that we want to invest it in, right? You spend your time, you do volunteer work, you want to work with community, and you fundraise and you do good things. Those are the future leaders that we're looking for. Okay, so the next step is the application process overview. Make sure you meet all the requirements that I stated in the Google form, right? You have to fill out the Google form, that's your application. You got to make sure that you submit your GPA. You got to make sure that you pay $1 application fee. And the reason that I really, really want to see you pay $1 application fee, I want to see if you're resourceful enough that you figured out how to pay $1 on our Build School Foundation website. It's only $1, and the minimum return is that you can get a $500 scholarship or up to $1,000. So we're not asking you to pay this dollars because we want this dollars. No, that's not the point. The point, we want to make sure you're going through this so you know how to make a donation, and we want to see if you're willing to donate $1, right? Because that's telling me that you're willing to give up something for something bigger, and to me that's extremely important. Okay, make sure your form, get all of that paperwork and all of that GPA, all of that application thing done and submit it. I want to see if you can follow the simple instruction, right? And again, make sure your application is in English. I understand that, but nowadays, you're ready to go college, you gotta be able to make sure that there's no typo, there's no mistake, any of those things before you submit. I want to see if you are a very, very thorough person, or you just say, oh, okay, I'm just going there, I punch in a whole bunch of stuff, I don't really care, I missed a typo or whatnot. That's telling me you're not a very studious or a very, very complete person. And if that's the case, then we don't really want to invest in you. So make sure your form is the only thing to represent you. Make sure it looks good, okay? And the next thing is that I'm going to look at the question here, and I will see if anybody have questions I can answer. And if not, I do have a few questions here that I can answer. But make sure you use this opportunity, go to our live stream and ask questions. One of the challenges in a lot of these applications, a lot of you may put the money in your local currencies, meaning you might put it in Vietnamese dongs or the Filipino peso, or it could be in a Kenya shilling, or it's in the Cambodia real or something, because the number is so big. Right? We need you to convert that into US dollars in your application. I saw some application have like 30,000, and I have no idea 30,000 what. It cannot be $30,000. If indeed $30,000, and no way that we can afford to give you that scholarship, because for $30,000 we can build 6 schools, right? So we can build 6 schools. So think about that. If I have to choose to give scholarship to one person and build 6 schools that potentially can help 600 people, think what would be my choices, right? It's very obvious that I'm going to build 6 schools. I'm not going to invest in one person. So that's very important for you to understand. You got to fill the application correctly. The tuition that you put in for the school year of 2024, 2025, they need to be in US dollars. So when we look at 20, 30, 40, 50 applications in a couple of days, we don't have to sit there with a calculator and convert it. Okay. And that's, if you need question, here's the forum. We have the opportunity for you to ask question. We post our video on YouTube. You can ask question there, and you can, you have it on, we have it on Facebook. You can ask question there. Make sure that you answer all of that question. But the key is that your tuition, it have to be in US dollars. So we know we can afford to give you that, scholarship or not. All right. I'm looking really quickly here on my YouTube, so I can see on the link, I see Sir Hajalan from the Philippines calling in here, watching and comment. I see Ngoc Huyen, the girls that I mentioned there. Lily is helping me. That's our COO, our Chief Operating Officer. She's the monitor the chat room, so she can mention to me. I can see somebody mentioned is 9-something p.m. in Vietnam. I fully understand it. It's 7-something in the morning here, but I know that Vietnam is 14 hours ahead. All right, so the next step, while we're waiting for you to ask question, I want to say how to submit and avoid disqualification. Again, you got to submit it through the Google Forms and take the screenshot of that Google form, and then you use the info@billschoolfoundation.org, our email, and you submit that screenshot of the application, your GPA, and after you donate $1, which your application fee, you can take a screenshot of those and you submit it in that email, right? So I'm looking for those three documents: a screenshot of your application on Google form complete, your GPA or your scorecard, from last year, and the $1 fee that you pay. And you got to do all of this before midnight of September 15, 2024, which is Sunday tomorrow. And this is San Diego time. So you should know what is the deadline in your country. And most of you will have until at least like after noontime on your Monday, because you are so 14 or 15 hours ahead. I'm not sure about India. We do have people from India apply too. I think India is only a couple hours behind Vietnam, so India may be like 3 in the morning. So you do have time on Sunday. Do a good job. That's why I try to do it Saturday now in America. So technically you have the whole Saturday and tomorrow Sunday to make sure you got all of things right. Okay. And that's the only way you got disqualified, is you don't have those 3 documents that I just mentioned in the email. I saw a lot of you send me emails already. I monitored that email and I saw a lot of them, and I know they're okay. I'm not quite sure about exactly the time in Kenya. We do have, I saw 4 or 5 people apply from Kenya, Africa too. Okay. So within that 5 minutes that we have left here, I want to make sure that I check all the questions here, and I don't really see a lot of questions. But I just want you to know that everybody should apply, and even you might not get that scholarship. You from Philippines, you from Cambodia, you from Vietnam, you might get that scholarship yourself. But rest assured, some of your peers will get that scholarship. We prioritize everybody, and at least every country will get 1 or 2. We want to make sure we spread the 10, scholarships evenly in all of these countries, because we want you to believe that we're doing this, not because we favor one country over the others. That's not our goal. We want to make sure that you know that, we try to help out everybody as much as we can. And if you think that, oh, my story might not be compelling enough, how about your friends? Or how about your peer at another teacher? You don't have to, keep this information for yourself. You can share with your friends, you can share with your students. If you are teachers, you can share with your students. I think that's one of the act of kindness that you can do for your student. Or a specific student that really, really fit and what we're looking for, go tell that student apply, right? That's definitely something that, that's an act of kindness that we can do for people. And teaching you to be more compassionate is something that Build School Foundation really pay attention to, and really proud of too. So for the couple of minutes left, I want to shout out to a lot of our sponsors that already funded these scholarships here. We don't have all 10 figured out yet, but first of all, we have Sorori and Kathy, that our hiking partners. On Sunday, they raised $900, and they donated $500 for this scholarship fund. We have one of Lily's realtors, and she's really been a long-term supporter of Build School Foundation, Holly, and her sons donates over $400, so that's enough for us to put in together and have almost like 3 scholarship fairs, right? So we have 900 and then we have 400, so that we can have 3 scholarships right there. I'm going to run the expedition in May of next year in Vietnam, that we go into the cave and we going to learn about leaderships and all of that thing for 4 days. And we have 8 CEOs that are going to join our expeditions, and all of these CEOs, out of these 8 CEOs, I will take $100 from each of them, and I will put into this education fund. So that's $800. You're out of almost 1,000, so that's like 2 more scholarships. So we're up to 5 now. And I have Lily Tai, that's my CEO, that's my wife. She really sponsored 1 student in this thing, and she already select the student that she really wants to sponsor. So we have 6 already, right? So you can see we have 6 already. And if you listen to this and you say, oh, for $500, I definitely can do this, or I can, raise funds within my community to sponsor 1 scholarship, 1 scholar, then we only have like 4 spots for you. So out of the 10 that we thinking we want to award, we have allocation resources and donation for 6 already. We'll have 4 more. So if you want to do that, then you have 4 opportunities to go and fund. All right. So with that, I see we coming up to the 30 minutes that I have for these. I plan for this. And I really want to take a look one more time at the chat room here to see if we have anybody that, stepping in. And before we say goodbye to all of you, again, the deadline is tomorrow, September 15th, midnight in San Diego time, right? Not your midnight, my midnight San Diego. Make sure you get the application in. So pretty much you have like half day on your Monday to get it in, but I highly recommend you do it tomorrow. Make sure you submit all the paperwork, all your application screenshot, your $1 fee screenshot, and your GPA scorecard, because we do want to validate your GPA. Spread the word. Share this video, share the live stream YouTube with your friends, with others. Don't just think about yourself. I want you to think about others. And the last word I want to share with all of you is that all the staff that working for Build School Foundation, we are volunteer, right? We go to bed at midnight. We got to 6. I got up at 6:30 this morning because I went to bed at midnight, and my dog have cancer right now, and she have cushion disease, and she have to get up every night. I have to go to the bathroom, and at 2, 3 in the morning, I have to get up and take her out to pee and stuff like that. So I really sleep like 3, 4 hours every night for the entire week, and I'm getting really tired. But I still get up, and I still doing this with all of you because we believe in education, right? Education changed my life. Education changed Lily's life. Education changed a lot of people that supporting Build School Foundation. And that's why education is very important to us. We don't have all the money in the world to give to all of you, even though we wish we are in that position, but we don't, right? So we just want you to know that we really do our best here to help you. If you really want to educate yourself, if you really want to study and become a good person and come back and help your village and help your tribe and help your community, we will try our best to support you, okay? That's the last word that I want to have with all of you. Believe in yourself, believe your education. If you don't get the scholarship this time from Build School Foundation, don't get discouraged. Go out there looking for other sources, and you never know. There's many charities, many organizations very similar to Build School Foundation. They have a lot more money than us, and they definitely can do more. But rest assured, we, even if we not be able to help you by next Sunday when we make our final decision for these 10 scholarships, we still constantly try to see it. Maybe we help you next year, maybe we can help you 6 months from now. So, believe in yourself, believe in your education, and believe in, all the staff from the School Foundation. We do everything to help you, and talk to us, contact us, and let us know your situation. Okay? With that, I would like to say thank you to all the people that tuning in, and we will say goodbye to you right now. And we hope that in the future, when we have the opportunity to see you, to meet you, we will try to do more for everybody. All right? With that, I'm going to stop the live stream. It's a lot of whistle here. I try to do everything by myself today, so you can see.